Okay, okay, okay. Let's start. Welcome, all of you. Welcome to the Millionaires Wife Skills Club. And I'm Dr. Sundaram, one of the leading marriage mentors from India. I worked and transformed the life of around 50,000 young couples for the last 2 decades. You can see my work in 1,000 YouTube videos. And my mission is to help 1 million young couples on this planet before I leave this planet. அதனால தான் எனக்கு ஒரு கடவுள் கொடுத்த வரமா இட்ஸ் காட் given blessing for me the clubhouse. I'm just creating awareness. There are many psychological models which has been invalid. One of the model, mentoring model, where I produce 200% results, not 100%. That I want to share with you. And I'll taking many people for training program, for as a joint venture program, as students, as well-wishers. You can always join that. And we have leading experts working with me. Bhuna is an educational psychologist, helps with the young kids and many of the other team. So, இங்கே ஒரு டைட்டில் என்னன்னு கேட்டிங்கன்னா டுடே வாட் வி வாண்ட் யூ டு கைண்ட்லி டாக் இன் இங்கிலீஷ் ஆர் இன் ஹிந்தி பிகாஸ் night 9 p.m. we have a program, a channel, the Tamil channel, and here we want to address the global audience. So the question is, the title is already in front of you. What is the best marriage advice you got? The best marriage advice, I will start with me. Well, the best marriage advice I got is my mother told me that don't let the Lakshmi cry. வரப்போகிற பொண்ணு அழக்கூடாது, அழுதா வீடு அழும். And that's out of a pain she talk, and that is one thing which I always apply. And the day I got married, I told my wife that you do anything, I don't have an objection. I don't want to cry. You tell me the reason why you are crying. If possible, we will solve it. If you are not able to solve it, we have to face it. எல்லாமே சால்வ் பண்ண முடியுங்க கிடையாது. We cannot solve everything in life. There are certain things which is beyond us, which beyond us time has to solve. But one thing is, you should know why I am able to solve, or we are able to solve, why we are not able to solve. That is the best marriage advice I got from my mother, and that has made me successful in my life. So that is one thing. Bona, from you, we'll start with you. Thank you, Bona. See, when you shared about this, I remember a case. One of my clients, what she did, she got married out of our family, and she married a sportsman, and nobody supported them. That is, both the families didn't support them, and partially support was there, and they went and they made their own marriage in a church, and nobody attended. Then afterward, they declared, and but afterwards the relationship continued. We did not. They were not ignored by the friends or relatives. But the lady discovered that the girl discovered that the diabetes and BP is running in their family. For elder brother is there, for the mother is there, and the grandfather is there. So she is one lady who believes in there is a saying, no, Vidya Madhyala, that you can reinvent your fate with your learnings. So what she did, she went and studied all the nutrition aspects, and when I went to her house, She is making all her foods non-diabetic. Like she is giving nuts, she is giving methi, she is giving many things. She says that all these things because of nutrition the parents have eaten. The two generations what they have ate unknowingly carbohydrates. That is the reason they are diabetic. Now I have avoided it, and this is a story I'm telling 20 years ago. So still she is able to manage. He has not yet got any diabetic symptoms, not even and the basic trace of symptoms. So that is where what you told us reminded me. Yes, nutrition is a very important aspect for housewives if they want to help their families, the health of the families. Then definitely nutrition is a very big aspect. நீங்கள் சொல்லும்போது எனக்கு அதான் ஞாபகம் வந்துச்சு. Thank you, Bhavana, for that. Gomadi madam, Gomadi. நான் 11 குடிச்சிட்டேன். Um, right, very good. Thank you, Gumri, for sharing that. As you told, no parents of some families or the built-in families where they don't use specific advice for marriage, but they'll in future நல்லா இருக்கணும். I agree with you. That is how traditional families come out. And you also mentioned the two advice. You have to handle your life by yourself, and character not handsome. There was a study by Stephen Covey. Stephen Covey is one of my heroes. He was a Harvard business. No, sorry. He was not Harvard business. I think he was some university professor. I think Wharton University or something like that. And he has been teaching MBA for about 2 decades or 1 decade. And he had an alumni. He used to call all his students and he used to ask them, what did you learn? I've been teaching management for you for 2 decades, and they have become all the leading leaders in different parts of the world, different universities, different organizations. And every year he used to do that alumni meeting, and he was very happy. He used to take the feedback, and he was very shocked when he analyzed the feedback. So the question he used to ask was, "What is that management concept you applied?" So the point was, shocking part was none of the management concept they applied. They inspired. He told, "I'm the world's number one university, and we are having so much research fund. That is what I've been talking, and we are thinking that we are doing the world's number one book. What these practitioners are telling is something, and then what the hell we are learning, we are teaching." Then what he did is he was asking them, then what are the management practices you are doing? So somebody was quoting Bhagavad Gita, somebody was doing Jatka tales of Buddha, somebody was telling Akbar Birbal story. This is how I am managing a life. Then he thought that there is more management we learn from them. He went into a research of what actually those people are doing. There, what also happened is he did the survey of 150 years. In 150 years, what has become is last 100 years. He couldn't get beyond 100 years, 150 years. Last 100 years, the one word which has come from this jet card tales or this one is the origin is character. The word is character. And the last 50 years, the word has come as personality. Okay, that character is what has been ruling, and personality is a glamour, which is a short-lived time, and it keeps on changing. That what your father has told, what your parents are told, is really a very very good point. This is an universal point, and still, even though we may be looking for a sort of a glamorous partner in our life, but what we do is when it comes to critical selection, yes, the person is a character. Yeah, I saw I think a video, a small local TV channel. There's a girl who's coming for interview to the office, and at the matrimonial office. The matrimonial office, there is one sweeper boy. He is working there, and he's work as a part time. He is working full time as a government job. Part time job he's doing. So every girl used to come, and he used to make them sit the girl, and the one the person comes in used to introduce them. So this is what happened. The girl has rejected for. The girl interviews one IT professional, then one doctor, another MNC, and the next scene is she is married to the this what do you call the office boy. Then the parents are, what the hell you did? You got an IT officer, you got this, you got this. He told, these people doesn't have a character. He is a person who is already knows how to run his family. He's already working in a government job. He's doing additional job, and he's taking care of the parents. So that was a great insight for me. Yes, people look for character and they do their homework. Even though they maybe look for glamour, when the time they come to settle their life, they know what to choose. That was the example which came to me. Thank you, Gomaji. ரொம்ப நல்லா இது சொன்னீங்க. Thanks a lot. Bhuvana, you want to share something? Sahana, are you there? இங்கிலீஷ் இல்லைனா தமிழ் கூட சொல்லலாம். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இஸ் இங்கிலீஷ், ஹிந்தி or தமிழ். Nirmala madam, welcome. Welcome, Shivesh. Welcome, Shiva. Nirmala madam, பேசுங்க. Sagana, one request, இங்கிலீஷில் வருமா உங்களுக்கு? If you're comfortable, you can talk in English. Not comfortable, then Tamil. Thank you, Saga. Really, I'm very, very arumai, Superman. Really, my heart has melted today after listening to your way of tackling it. This is what I teach for my married couples. For married couples, people who come under me, I qualify my couples for mentoring session. I don't do counseling. Mentoring is really a challenge producing results. One side, I have to challenge their belief system. Okay. And another side, I have to guide them. Mentoring is a very tough job. Counseling is very easy, giving an advice. But mentoring is taking husband and wife together, then shake their belief system. If that person has been blindly following a mama's boy, I have to make him challenge him. Sometimes it's a very big challenge for me. So Adila Vandan, that's what I do is I give them a we meet diary. If you're in front of me, most of my clients are NRA client. It goes on Zoom. There I give them the we meet diary. Where in we meet diary they are supposed to write down the problems they are solving. Agenda, there should be a bank of problem they have to solve after coming into my contract. And daily they have to take one, and they have to, as you told, they have to sit together, discuss, and find out whatever they could not solve. They have to. Next day when they come to my clinic, my assistant will ask, "Sir, நீங்க அந்த டைரி கொண்டாந்தீங்களா?" Suppose you are not getting the diary, oh, sir will not listen to you, sir. Please go and get it. There are many times when we have sent our own auto and we got the diary back. So it's only a sort of commitment, the seriousness they should know about it. In one of the cases I remember is They could not solve a case. Case now is not a big case, but only for us, people who are not solved, it's a common sense. So the complaint was he always lifts the phone, mobile phone, whenever I'm talking, and he never listens to me. That was when did it happen? So yesterday happened, sir. Yesterday it happened, sir. Okay, I told role play. You do the role play. So where was it? I was I was lying in my bed. I was relaxing, and his mobile phone was there. I wanted him to build him certain, bring out some items for the like gas cylinder and some other groceries. He has to build it out. Then I told do the role play. Role play means enact once again. அதில் என்னாச்சு கேட்டால் luckily what has happened is there was a ring and there was a call at that time. So he was attending the call and he was making note of all the points. Then at the end, then I told, okay, now it's okay. Then, sorry, he was not making a note of that. He was only, okay, 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 okay. I don't know whether he was talking that okay, this okay. Then at the end, I told her, Mama, your husband has listened to you. In spite of being a mobile phone, he has listened to you. She told, no, sir, he has not listened. How do you say? How much mark you will? I told, no, how much marks you will give? Sir, I will rate him in a scale, I will 3 by 10. என்னம்மா அவ்வளோ நல்லா கேட்டுக்கிட்டு இருந்தாரு த்ரீ பை டென் எஸ் சார் அவளை ரிப்பீட் பண்ண சொல்லுங்க வாட் ஆர் த ஐட்டம்ஸ் ஐ டோல்ட் அதுவும் சார் ரிப்பீட் பண்ணுங்க யூ ஆர் நாட் ஏபிள் ரிப்பீட் அ சிங்கிள் வேர்ட் ஸோ திஸ் ஹவு ஹி ஆக்ட்ஸ் then I told so what is that you want suppose you want to give him 10 by 10 marks what is that you want let him stop the mobile phone or let him stop me then 1 second let him stop the mobile so I told okay sir mobile phone I will give a ring you start and stop in between pause. So she once again enacted what then again I asked her to repeat. The guy was able to repeat most of things. It is not that you are not able to concentrate, but only he got diverted. So the wife afterwards told it's my mistake, sir. Now I will learn one thing. What is it? I have to ask him to put the mobile phone on or put him in a pause button. So this is how we do the exercises. Okay, this is what there are many exercises which I will be sharing. You can see my a lot of my other YouTube. These are all going live in YouTube. You can see YouTube live. There is one thing we learn. We marry lessons from TV serials. Raja Rani 2. Marriage lessons from Hindi movie Abhiman. That's why we keep on sharing it. Thank you, Sagana, for sharing this. Sagana, what are you doing, Sagana? அவங்க என்ன பண்ணுறாங்க போனா வாட் இஸ் ஷி okay 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 yeah, but I wonder really is something a point to be learned. This is one agenda I will include in my client also. See, I give them a movie assignment, I give them a couples assignment, they have to go and interview. And this is another case where I think I should give credit to Sagana that you take the problem of your neighbor and analyze. This is what I learned from Sagana today. This I can give as an assignment to this one. Sagana, நீங்கள் கால் பண்ணுங்க. I want you to be in my panel and your experience will be useful to many of my young couples. Those who like to attend my training program, please attend my training program and you can give a the back channel. Back channel is where you see the arrow. So press the arrow button. You can message me. Those who are interested can tell me. I am coming up with a 3 days training program. Sagana, I want you to be there. நீங்களும் உங்கள் ஹஸ்பண்டும் நீங்கள் ரெண்டும் உங்கள் ஹஸ்பண்டும் வரணும் நீங்கள் I want you to be in my panel. I have a special invitation I am giving you. Okay. நீங்களும் உங்கள் ஹஸ்பண்ட் வந்து you can multiply a lot of other couples, motivate them, inspire them from whatever you are doing. Because ultimately, என்னென்னமா so whatever you have learned from the society, you have to give back to society. That is what Bhavana is doing, whatever I am doing is. Okay. My consultancy charges are something different, you can go and find out. But still, every Saturday and Sunday, 1 hour I am paying so that it has to go to society. Because what happened, there are more wrongs are available easily and rights are not available easily. So I'm not telling you can change the whole world, but yes, definitely I can change that people who come under my influence. அதுதான் பண்ண போகிறோம் நாங்கள் we cannot change the whole world and I want to be a part of that. I'm very happy to know you and your husband's approach. Thank you ma. Next Bona. பேசுங்க ப்ளீஸ் கண்டினியூ. சொல்லுங்க பூர்ணா சொல்லுங்க. Uh, yeah, thank you, Nirmala, for sharing it. I was noting down all your points. That you are doing a matrimonial service. Earlier, you started like a small friends group, then you are improved, you made it public, and a few points which you told that these people are not agreeing, parents are not agreeing, girls are not willing to cooperate, they want to stay alone, they don't want to help the mother-in-laws, and what is the suggestion you want? Suggestion for me is first of all, I want you to identify the reserve. I want to ask you one thing. See, what is your qualification, Amla? Computer application. So you can work on a computer organization, am I correct? Okay. So for becoming a computer expert, you have spent around 4 years, am I correct? 4 years. The 4 years uh, of your knowledge help you to tackle your computer system problems. For tackling a marriage problems, how many years of education you had? நீங்க I'm not asking Nirmala விட்டுருங்க. Nirmala is a different girl. Normal or average Nirmala, any lady of your age or your client's age, how much education they have about a marriage? None. Hello, one point I want you to understand because you are doing a very good. I want you to understand the root cause. Root cause and what is the root cause is they are not educated about marriage. They are not in a training program. They are not at a seminar. They are not read a book. You agree with me? That is the root cause number one. We are no more, that muscle leadership is gone. What is muscle leadership? You know, the muscle leadership is where the person who is powerful, he is the leader. Now is mind leadership. Is an age of mind leadership. And all women are educated. Okay. And they want their freedom. See, earlier she was not a kitchen queen. That was the title you gave. But she has left the kitchen and she is going to office. But how many persons from office have left and they are ready to go and work in the kitchen? That that is where the awareness is to be created by people like you and me. Number one. Number two, you have to understand. We always say, if there is a misunderstanding between Mr. Nirmala and Mrs. Nirmala, that is because Mr. Nirmala is carrying the blueprint of his father, his mother, and his role model. Mrs. Nirmala is carrying the blueprint of her mother, her father, and her role model. சித்தியா இருக்கலாம், அங்கிளா இருக்கலாம், ஆண்டியா இருக்கலாம். The fight is not between Mr. and Mrs. Nirmala. The fight is between the 6 universities in their mind. The 3 universities you are carrying, 3 universities. When I fight with my wife, I talk like my mother. But I know my father knows how to reply. But he talks from her father. She doesn't know how to reply. So that is where we educate the people of, you are running somebody else's software. And you are thinking, I am responsible for it. புரியுதுங்களா உங்களுக்கு? For every front end is having a back end. Okay, you have that, whatever comes at the front end is because of the back end. Isn't it? You do a lot of matrimonial work, you got a lot of your assistant doing that in the night to give a commitment. If you are able to honor the commitment, it's only because in the night you are work dealing. Okay? So that back end is to be corrected. If you want to find a solution only at the front end, then I think we are almost relating ourselves to an animal. Animal knows only one solution. What is it? It don't know how to operate software. He doesn't know how to choose the software. The difference between man and animal doesn't know how to choose. It has got the same instinct, same food, what food, because already having a hard disk. It only uses that. He doesn't know other software to choose. Man is a person, is the only person, is equal to God, where he knows how to choose the options. That I would always say, Nirmala, is only because I always say the 3 words, Maybe my Mona would have got vexed. I told them MBA university. The mother university is wrong, 50% of life is gone. If boss university is wrong, 25% is gone. If academic university is wrong, 100% is gone. These are the 3 God representatives. Okay, let us say all are enemies. Now, yes, there is one God which is in you. Can you update? Many of the people who enter, I retired as a general manager in BHL. BHL, it's one of the biggest organization in the world. If you are having 4 bulbs in your house, 3 bulbs becomes to BHL. Power supply installation, all the power supply throughout India is only because of BHL. I had 10,000 employees. I had 1 lakh, but I was in charge of that. There, what are like people after joining the company, they might have done BTech, MTech from Roorkee, IIT, MBA, ICWA, but they never open a book because they want to only survive with what skills they are having. They don't want to update themselves. The whole goal was to do engineering, get a job. Afterwards, they don't want to update. It's a default update. If I give a promotion, it's okay. If you don't give promotion, also okay. The same thing is happening. If you don't update, if your mother doesn't update, automatically children are getting updated. And that is the reason. See, one side, the trauma of life is there is a 12-year-old boy who's a millionaire. He's having his own jet plane. Another 12-year-old Kerala boy who has become the youngest father in the world. For both of them, parents are responsible. Both of them parents are responsible. And the root cause for this, they don't update. They think that enough. My mother is good at that. And many things, people, the CEOs, they say, I'm a good CEO. I got 30 people reporting. I got 30 departments reporting to me. And they know they are failing in the family front. No, I can manage my family. I can manage 3,000 people. Why can't I manage family? In the assumption of முடிச்சுக்கிட்டே வரதுக்கு 10 வருஷம் ஆயிடும். By the time they realize the mistake, they are old age. Anyhow, thank you, Nirmala, for sharing. Are you able to getting some insights into this, Nirmala? Nirmala, are you there? Okay, so this is what I want you to understand. The root cause is yes, we are not updating ourselves. So thank you, sir. Ravi, sir. Welcome, welcome. Ravi Vandrikare. After a long time, long time. Nice. Yeah. Uh, thank you, Ravi. Nirmala, okay, okay. நீங்க ஒண்ணு பண்ணுங்க, பேக் சேனல் நீங்க கால் பண்ணுங்க. You give a message to me. Okay, I want to talk to you. Uh, ஒரு நிமிஷம், I will respond to Ravi and I will come back to you. இல்லைன்னா நான் மறந்துடுவேன். ஓகேவா? Ravi sir, thank you very much. You gave a very very valid point. So one thing is how the corporates are doing it, and you also told a very valuable point. எனக்குன்னா, yes, நீங்கள் சொல்லுங்க அப்புறம் தான் நான் am able to think in your style. That is, nature has made you to learn after marriage. It's like a very good point. Okay, can we pass on the legacy? So you might have told, no, no, as you told, now the first generation is radio generation, and then a video generation. Mobile generation is more updated. And during radio generation, the wife was not updated, therefore she has to run the life. She did not have any skill, that she has depended on mother-in-law. What you told is an answer to what Nirmala was asking. It's a very good point. And third point is what you told us. You gave an example of how the corporates are functioning as Shivanada organization, how the chief has ruined the organization because of his the number one status he got because of his education. And I always tell, yes, these are all the problems which every time, every phase of life we have passed. One thing where I have unhappy like you, I'm unhappy with the organizations is every organization tells human resources are my asset. In fact, human resources, human brain is asset, but they don't invest anything on developing human brain. Training budget, the first acts is the training program budget. What is the training? Training is an education. So do you I'm asking one question to any parent. Do you want, why do you put your children in the school? It's a must. That's what nature has made. Okay. Vidya Lakshmi is a must. Okay, whether you are going to a government school or private school, because knowledge is a must. Parent doesn't have time for us. Similarly, in an organization, the HR department has to take care of, okay, after job, after family priorities, the person could not continue for various reasons. But he is coming 8 hours for the organization. Can an HR person within the 8 hours, 8 into 365 days, can he make training compulsory? Does he have a training department, full-fledged training department? Does they have a full-fledged trainers, updated trainers? That's what BHL is doing. BHL is one of the organizations who have a very, very powerful training system, and in fact, it comes from the boss who identifies the needs. They have got an identified needs, and he can. The second thing is any employee can attend any training program company will sponsor. It can be a something like a Reiki or a homeo training. So the education is one thing, and you can do the homework. It is not that I am talking much about the organization. Yes, maybe the blood loyalty, but for the sake of information, and we tell that company is my organization. The human resources in asset. Who is the human resource? The brain, and he has got three brains: his brain, his wife brain, and children's brain. What training program the company is having for the employee? What training programs they are having for employee spouse? What training program they are having for employees children? That's what you can go and find out on the BHL website. There's a training calendar every year they publish it. That is how where I started loving my organization. They take care. We got a CSR project where it is mandatory for me to conduct some program for the stakeholders, because when is my employee happy? When the employee's wife is happy, when employee's children are happy, they happy. Now nowadays what is happening? The children tell, the wife tells, they know what is happening, why you are not gone to the job, because indirectly they are making that. We are, in fact, we can call the emotional blackmailing. The more you understand the family, the more you build a rapport for the family, so the more and more you will be driven to that. Ultimately, the education should be there. None of the HR officers, none of the CEOs want to make use of the simple secret. They are busy only getting the front end. That's called the profit line. They only want a profit line. They are not worried about, because they don't want to see that as an asset, because they see now train panna. If I train them, he will leave my organization. So what? As long as he is going on to train the organization, he is useful, productive person in society. That very few people are organization, and that is where I come from. I have a lot of loyalty. Many of my engineers I used to recruit. That is where I see my couples, my young couples training. And if you go to my biography, one of the couples was about to commit suicide. I have saved them. And that is where my thinking restarted. That simple knowledge they do not know. They do not the personality between introvert and extrovert. So that is the reason they are committing suicide. And every year, still BHL gives me every year one training program, all young couples training program. Every year I get a list of all young couples and I go and conduct the training program. I'm not telling, I know two organizations, one is BHL and NTPC. I do not know any organization doing it. If any of the CEOs are listening to this, if any HR officer listening, my request to you is I'm not asking you to make me as a trainer. I am asking you to kindly encash your assets of your human resources. Other than Sir Ravi sir, thank you very much. You made me think a lot. Um சொல்லுங்க. ம் ம் ம். ஆமாம் 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 ஆமாம். ம் ம் ம். ம். Introverts. Okay, right, agree. I agree. நீங்கள் வந்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட் லெவல் பேசுகிறீங்க. The level 2 what we teach people is the subordinate development program ஒரு 20 days program உண்டு. Where we teach them how to manage using this MBTI, using this basic common sense, how to manage the supervisory level of that. Of course, see, everywhere introvert extrovert தான் இருக்கும். Only question is how you manage it, give in or give out. Okay, we'll very nice. We'll connect and we'll talk about it after. But very good. What you told is very good point. So I want to ask you, Ravi, what is that one thing you have learned from your married life? If you told you have learned a lot from your married life, what is the one advice you would like to give for a new youngsters from your married life, which worked for you? Mike, கொஞ்சம் near near to your mouth. Okay, okay. No, I want to ask you, I wanted to ask any single advice which you like to share from your married life. Because you have been telling that you have been learning from your married life after marriage. It's a very, very valuable point. Only one point, small point. Okay. Okay. Good, good. So the advice what you are giving is you have become a next version of life. Kindly don't repeat the mistakes you did earlier when you were a bachelor. Yeah. That is where no we have got four this one no. Balya Vyavastha, then you got the Youth Vyavastha, then the Grahastha. So when you become a Grahastha, you will not repeat what you were doing in the youth. That is the reason many of my pre-marriage counseling, if I want to do many of the pre-marriage counseling programs in India is a failure. Now throughout the world it's a failure. ಏನು getting they are only in the enjoying mode. Pub, drinks, friends, அதெல்லாம் இருக்கிறாங்க. Right, thank you Ravi. Thanks a lot. Thank you. வெங்கட் சார் இருக்காரு கீழே எல்லாம் வெல்கம் பண்ணிடுங்க போனா ஐ வெல்கம் ஸ்வப்னா ஐ வெல்கம் ஐஸ்வர்யா லதா சகனா ஒரு செகண்ட்மா லெட் மீ வெல்கம் ஆல் ஐஸ்வர்யா ஜி ஐயே வெல்கம் ஸ்வப்னா வெல்கம் லதா பிரசாத் வெல்கம் மோகன் மோகன் கிருஷ்ணராஜ் மோகன் கிருஷ்ணன் பிபி யா ஒன் செகண்ட்னா இல்லை இவங்க வந்து நம்ம ஒன் செகண்ட் ஸோ ஐ எம் தேர் ஓகே I think I have already answered to you when you were on phone. Okay, you kindly, there is a recording available. Okay, YouTube, kindly go there. And I also told you to contact me at the back end. Okay, so number one. See, plus I already told you a clue when you were there. See, I will not respect my wife because I have not seen my father respecting my mother. Are you there, Nirmala? புரியுதுங்களா see when I don't have a model who are you are nothing but the five close friends you live together. There's a saying no tell about your friend I'll tell about you. Very simple, if you want to change your life change your friends. புரியுதா உங்களுக்கு if you want to change your life see I'm paying I think this year I invest around 5 lakhs after getting retirement. I spent 5 lakhs on my why because I want to be a better informed person, better knowledgeable person, and better skilled person. I should have better contacts. Every month my mentor conducts a program. I have to be available there, and he gives me a homework. And if I don't do the homework, he only tells me have you put the effort or not. I know because of your age, I will give a lot of concession for you. But have you done the homework or not? Yes, I show them I could not do. He is making me something like Facebook. இதெல்லாம் சொல்லி கொடுக்குறாரு அவரு. I'm not able to do that. But he only sees whether I'm putting the effort or not. Okay. So that is where why I am doing it. I know I cannot compete with these youngsters who are good at that artificial intelligence, the good yoga, that internet digital mastery. But if I run with them, I will be the last. But I am thousand times better when compared to the other people of my age group, my senior citizens. அந்த ஒரு பசி இருக்கணுங்க பசி இருக்காதனால ருசி இருக்காது பசியிலேருந்து வர ருசி வேற ருசிக்காக வேண்டி வர ருசி வேற a taste the hunger should be there in you I'm not an unproductive grandfather. My grandson is seeing me what I'm doing. Many of the grandfathers here, they have come and told, sir, we don't, people doesn't respect us, children doesn't respect us. Well, what is that you are doing to update yourself? What is that you should be respected for? What is that you have got to share to your grandchildren? Sir, you yourself are a museum. And you want a museum to respect it as a god? Nirmala, are you able to understand what I'm coming from? See, when you are a museum, why people will respect you? Why grandsons will respect you? Whether you are a grandfather or a father or a youngster, you have to update yourself every time the next version of your. If you are not doing it, there are many people who are doing it. They will get the benefit. You have to update. No other option. And Nirmala, I'm telling you now, Ravi will agree with me. We are in the golden period of our life. Very simple update. I'm not asking to go attend training program. I'm not asking to go to seminars. What we paid $1,000 that is available to you free of cost now in your clubhouse. அது வந்து கேட்டாலே போதுமே. கிளப் ஹவுஸில் வந்து கேட்டாலே போதுமே. எனக்கு வேற எஜுகேஷன் வேணும். How many people are coming to this? இந்த டைட்டில் பாருங்க எத்தனை பேர் வந்திருக்காங்க. So very simple. Nature has been continuously telling you you have to update the Darwin theory. What is the Darwin theory? Darwin theory, you know that Darwin theory is the survival of the fittest. The dinosaurs could not withstand the change of earthquake. They died. They were ruling the earth. They died because they could not withstand. Similarly, any husband, any wife, any boss who cannot withstand the change, he will automatically get outdated. And there are people like me who are pushing themselves. Naturally, we will be number one. Yeah, I'm not exaggerating. I want you to understand. I'm exaggerating so that you will respect these points. அவ்வளோதான் வேற ஒன்றுமே இல்லை. அதுதான் நிர்மலா. Thank you. We'll talk about it afterwards, okay? நீங்கள் அந்த பேக் எண்டில் மெசேஜ் கொடுங்க. யூ நோ த ஆரோ இஸ் தேர் இல்லையா? அந்த ஆரோ இஸ் தேர் நிர்மலா? அந்த ஆரோவில் நீங்கள் மெசேஜ் பண்ணுங்கள். வில் டாக் அபவுட் இட். ரைட். ஸோ கீழே யாரும் வராங்களா? ஐஸ்வர்யா ஜி, யூ லைக் டு ஷேர் சம்திங்? ஐஸ்வர்யா, ஆனந்தன், ஸ்வப்னா, ஹனுமான், தென் லதா மேடம், Mohan Krishnan, PP, Pandya. I do not know. There's one more person I'm not able to see in my. I'm using a desktop version of Clubhouse. I have certain limitations. Please excuse me. Or hand raise ஆயிருக்கு போனா. Okay, maybe he might be coming afterwards. So Lata madam, welcome. Lata Prasad, welcome. I would like to share something. Yeah, welcome madam. Share. What is the best marriage advice you got? Okay. Uh, okay. No, Lata, I respect you. You're very humble. You don't want to go there. But I want to ask you one thing. There was a generation where there was a saying, no, ishara kafi hai. That one body movement, non-verbal movement is enough for the intelligent person. Okay, but you're in a generation where the generation is to be spoon-fed. Okay. Until unless you convert into a sort of an advice or make them think. Otherwise, they are not intelligent enough to read in between the guidelines. Okay. So, Azanala, my request to you is any one or 2 points from your, don't worry it is advice or not, whatever you feel, you're talking from your experience, you're always right, nobody can question your experience. So, 1 or 2 points which you like to give to your youngsters, people who are hungry enough to mold themselves, or they want to follow some technique, they do not know how to do it, they want to improve. Adamadi, 1 or 2 points from your married life. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. அது எப்படி what would be a step practical step to come out of the ego, not to become an advice? Very good, thank you. அதான் நான் எதிர்பார்த்தேன். அதுதான் நான் உங்கள்கிட்ட எதிர்பார்த்தேன். ஸோ த அட்வைஸ், எஸ். Good, good. Good. Thank you. So the two advice coming from Lata Madam's biography. One is this is what she told is ego to be avoided. This is only for the next generation. Maybe the radio generation or the TV generation, they understand the meaning of it. But this generation, they are to be spoon-fed. Their memory is very sharp. They cannot concentrate on many things. Okay, and they believe in only one thing: input and output. They don't know there is something called a process. Everything is returnable offer. Press the button, get the results. So these sort of people requires a format. So one format which Lata Madam has given us: discuss, note down the points. Discuss, note down the points. Okay, that is what I was expecting from you. Thank you, Lata Madam. Thanks a lot. Next, anything else, Lata, you want to add? Okay. Uh, Next, Bona. Mohan Krishnan Pan, Swapna is not there. Uh, yeah, we can close down. Anybody else at the last would like to share something? Okay, or learning catering எல்லார்ட்டையும். What was the one learning, Bona? One. One second. Nirmala is telling something. Nirmala சொல்லுங்க. நான் வந்து மேரேஜ் மென்டார் அண்ட் கவுன்சிலர் అంటే அன்லெஸ் தி ஒன்று புரிஞ்சுக்கணும். ஒன்று என்கிட்ட வர்ற கேசஸ் எல்லாம் ஒன்று என்ன எவ்வளோ தான் ஹோம்ஒர்க் பண்ணாலும் த ட்ரூத் தே வில் ஷேர் வித் யூ ஒன்லி வென் தே ட்ரஸ்ட் ஆன் யூ. புரியுதா நிர்மலா? புரியுதுங்களா? அது அது வந்து தட் இஸ் வேர் அட்வைஸ், காமன் சென்ஸ் அட்வைஸ் இஸ் ஃபெயிலிங். ஆல் கவுன்சில்ஸ் ஆர் எ ஃபெயிலியர் பிகாஸ் இமீடியட்லி ஜம்ப் டு கிவிங் கவுன்சிலிங் அட்வைஸ். ஐ எம் நாட் எ பர்சன், ஐ ஆதம் டூ த ஹோம்ஒர்க் பண்ணனா உண்மை போய் எல்லாம் எழுதுவான். And he will be thinking then when the person I adequately said when what you cannot measure you cannot improve. I will not take any client without doing pre-home. I don't charge for that. Advice, first level advice is free of cost. உங்க ஃப்ரெண்டை ஃபோன் பண்ண சொல்லுங்க எனக்கு. I don't charge them. And one second, let me complete. Let me complete. I think you are a poor listener. One second, let me complete. You are asking me to answer, and you have to wait until I complete that. Number one. Number two, என்னன்னு கேட்டிங்கன்னா passing are important. Okay, if this fellow may be acting to the world to show that no, like this, he wants sympathy from society. அதனால once I ask them to write down their, give them an email, what do you expect from me? Then only I talk about the price. Otherwise, you're only an actor. You go to my LinkedIn, I wrote there are 4 types of clients, owner actors. They come only act because they want a certificate, because the lawyer has sent, or they want to impress the mother-in-law. I also went for counseling. Your son is not working. These are all actors. For them, if I give an advice, what that the counselor is useless. That is the most of the counselors are a failure because they immediately jump in giving an advice. I am not like that. That is the reason if you go to practo.com, Practo.com is a website of all doctors. There you go to Chennai psychologist. There my number will be number 1 or number 2. And there are hundreds of my clients who have given feedback after talking to me. And everywhere they will mention Dr. Sundaram will not take without doing homework. Otherwise, a person who is not ready to get an admission, a person who is not ready to read the syllabus, a person who knows how he can write the examination, how we can declare him a pass. புரியுதுங்களா? என்கிட்ட வர முன்னால் ஒன்று சொல்லுவாங்க, வந்தக்கப்புறம் நம்பிக்கை வந்தக்கப்புறம் கிளைண்ட் வேறு சொல்லுவாங்க, சார் அது கதை இல்லை சார், இதுதான் கதை அப்படிம்பாங்க. ஸோ உங்களுக்கு வர்றது வந்து உண்மை கிடையாது. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் திங் இஸ் தே ஹாவ் டூ ட்ரூத், ஒன் ட்ரூத் ஃபார் தெம்செல்ஸ், another truth for the society. That is where the nature is coming. Okay, right. Welcome, ma. Anything else? Nirmala, you are about to say something else. ஏதோ சொல்ல வந்தீங்க நீங்க. Okay, we'll talk about it. Okay, we'll. Okay. Okay. So, what is that one learning? This one. What would be a one learning, Nirmala? Good, good, very good. Thank you, thank you. Thanks, Elra. Thank you, thank you. Okay, thank you. Anybody else who would like to learn one word sharing? You can back in. Eh, yeah. Anybody else want to share? Kindly share it to a backend to Bhuvna or for me. We'll also read it out. Some are not willing to come because you may be shy of coming on the stage. You are welcome. No problem. Everything happens every time. It happens like that. We would like to know and also give us a suggestion what training, what next title should be. We will work on that. And second thing is, Bhuvna, unga learning enna? You have been here for a long time. So what is your learning? What is one takeaway for you? இந்த sessionல இருந்து. Good, good, good. And right, very good, thank you. And what I learned is from Sahana what she told, no, that she and her husband they do sit together and they discuss the problem faced by other couples just for analysis purpose. That's a good point. I told I used to give advice to my clients. They have to do some two or three assignments. One is a movie assignment. Number one, they have to meet a senior couple from my side. They have to meet a senior couple, interview them, and give me a script of what they have learned. And third thing is now I will take this clue and I will give a lot of respect to Sahana for giving this idea. That I will ask them to discuss two or three other couples' problem. That's a very good takeaway for me. That other than a very brilliant. So thank you very much for all of us and thank you Tangaraj, Mohan Krishnan sir, நீங்க வரல. பாண்டியா வேற யார் இருக்காமா? வேற யாரு கீழே யார் இருக்காங்க? தங்கராஜ் சார் மேலே வரமாட்டேங்கிற அவருக்கு ஏதோ இது பட் ஜெனரலி கம்ஸ் பட் மேபி இஸ் பிஸி ட்ராவலிங் ஆல்சோ ஆல் தோஸ் திங்ஸ். இட்ஸ் a very great contributor. Tangaraj is a very great contributor. I know that. It happens. Okay, நீங்கள் wind up பண்ணலாம் மேம். You can. நாளைக்கு is what is counseling. Is counseling psychology according to very interesting topic. Many people doesn't know the difference between counseling, coaching, mentoring, psychology, psychiatry எல்லாமே ஒன்று நினச்சிக்கிட்டு இருக்காங்க. So title tomorrow is what is counseling 9 o'clock. I welcome you. I kindly share with your friends also. Thank you, and I close down the session at the count of five. Thank you, Bhuna. Thank you, Nirmala. Thank you, Tangaraj sir. Welcome. A lot of people. Shahana. A lot of people are there. Thanks a lot, and thank you. Yeah, Nambiar sir. Thank you, Pandya. சொல்லுங்க சார். வெல்கம் சார். தேங்க்யூ. வெல்கம். நாளைக்கு வாங்க. டுமாரோ 9 o'clock. ஓகே. வெல்கம். ம் ம் தேங்க்யூ சார். தேங்க்ஸ் அ லாட். Yeah, ma'am. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, count பண்ணு.